Okay guys, what is up and welcome back to a very exciting episode of Hook and Bass 92. So one of my subscribers commented on one of my videos like 2 weeks ago and they wanted me to make a video on how to be a successful fisherman because they want to go out there and fish and learn all about fishing. So I'm going to give you guys 4 steps to show you guys how to be a successful bass fisherman. So the very first step is you need a rod and reel. Again, there's 2 types of rod and reels. There's a bait casting and there's a spinning. I honestly would go with the spinning. It's easier to cast and you can throw like any baits on it, and I highly recommend a light rod so you can throw any bait you want. If you go with the bait caster, you're not gonna be able to cast it and you're just gonna be very frustrated because in order to use a bait caster, it's gonna take you about a month or 2 in order to get a hang of it. So again, I prefer ugly sticks. Right here, I got an ugly stick right here. It's a light action, it is a 2-piece, and again, it has a spinning reel on it. The reason why I like ugly sticks is because they last long. I have had them my whole life and I have not had one break. My oldest one I've had is like 10 years. So go to the store, ugly stick, they're cheap. They're about $30 to $40. You can get them at Walmart, Meijer, or Dick's Sporting Goods. Again, I highly recommend ugly sticks. They will not fail you. So again, the first step, rod and reel, a spinning one. The second step would be the soft plastic. Soft plastic I would have, I don't know if, I got one right here. Something looks like this. It's a little grub, just a little soft plastic, and what you want to do is I would highly recommend you wacky rigging it. A wacky rig is where you put a hook through the middle and it's basically horizontal. And you throw it in and you jig it up and down. This technique works really good. I have caught millions of bass off it, so I would highly recommend starting off with a wacky rig. The second bait you could use is on my bait caster, but you can always use it for a spinning rod, is a jerk bait right there. A jerk bait basically is a bait that is mostly used in the winter time. You can still use it in the summer and spring, but I would highly recommend use it in the winter time because it looks like an injured fish. And all those bass are going to be tired because it is cold out and they're not going to be very active. So what a jerk bait looks like is an injured bait fish. It rattles, so it's going to catch the bass attention. In order to use that, you throw it in the water and just jerk your rod like this. And it does a really cool movement, and I guarantee you will catch a bass off a jerk bait in the winter time. The third thing and last thing is location. You need to find a spot where there are bass are at, so when you catch them, you don't freak out when you're for a lot of people. I would highly recommend going to neighborhood ponds. That's what I mostly fish because I do not have a boat yet, but neighborhood ponds are a great way to learn to be a fisherman because it's a wide open area, no one's around you, and the fish bite constantly. So once you get good of catching fish and you get really good at casting, you can go on the boat with somebody because on the boat you're pretty close together, and if you're not very accurate, you might hook somebody in the face. So those are basically the 3 steps I would highly recommend to follow in order to be a successful bass fisherman. I've probably been fishing since I've been 7, so I've been fishing for 20 years. I did start off with a little spinning rod like this. I mean, at first it was a little bit hard to catch, but my dad taught me how to cast and I got a hang of it. Then I upgraded to a very big bait caster. It took me about a month to learn, and now it's just like I go and just cast. It does not bother me. So yeah, again, I mean, seasons, spring and summer are obviously going to be a easier time on catching these fish because they're going to be more active and it's not going to be as cold. Winter time, I mean, you can still catch big fish in the winter time, but you have to be more patient. And that's another thing, is patience. You have to be patient in order to be a fisherman. You can't go out there and expect the first 5 minutes you're gonna catch a bass, but I mean, sometimes it works that way and sometimes it doesn't. I've been out fishing for 15 minutes and caught 5 bass, or I've been out fishing for 5 hours and I caught 0 bass. It just depends on the day, and that's why they call it fishing. So again, rod and reel, 1, 2, bait, wacky rig, and 3 is the most important thing, I think, is location. Because if you're gonna go somewhere if there's no fish, you're not gonna know how it feels to catch a fish. And if you go there where there's fish and you keep catching them, you're gonna know what to expect, especially if you wanna go tournament fishing. I have not been on tournament fishing, but I feel like over all my years of bass fishing, I kinda know what I'm doing. And especially when you're around people that are experienced, I know they'll probably get annoyed with you if you don't know how to fish, but that's why you want to practice. And once you practice, you're going to be very confident in yourself that you're going to catch a fish, and also going to be very confident in yourself. I know that you know what you're doing. So that wraps all of that up. Again, I highly recommend ugly sticks. Don't forget ugly sticks. I mean, I think they're the best. You don't have to go with one, but you want to save money and you want to have a reliable rod for $40. Highly recommend you guys buying a ugly stick. You can get them at Dick's Sporting Goods, Walmart. Again, I think Target has them. Bass Pro Shop, Cabela's, because this one is also a ugly stick too. 2 ugly sticks right here. And I have a 3rd ugly stick. So I have 3 bass ugly sticks I use, and the catfish I have 2. So I have a total of 5 ugly sticks, and none of them have broken. None of them. And I have probably had them for like 10 years. So actually I had like 7 of them. So maybe 10 years, 7 ugly sticks, and none of them have broken. They're just a fantastic rod. So that is about it for today's exciting episode of Hookin' Bass 92. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. So if you can do me a big favor, hit that like button. Also to hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget, comment below and let me know which video you want to see next. If you want to see me go fishing at the golf course, because at the golf course right now, because it's so cold, is going to be the best place to fish. If I go to my pond or the river or the stream, it's just too cold and I just don't think the fish will be active. So comment below and let me know what episode you want to see next, where you basically want me to see me go fishing. And as always, catch big fish. Have a great day.